Okay, I've shown this before on other videos, but not from this angle. Once again, what you're seeing now is the same view that I have when I'm actually working. Anyway, this is an aircraft drill bit, which means that the flutes are only in the very end of it, like maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches. The rest of it's smooth, and that allows you to hold it. In this case, having this smooth section here is key. And you recall that when we drilled the airway, we left it's 0.125 down its entire length, and then at the very end I took a 0.128 or a machinist number 30 bit and ran it down about to here. Well, this is a number 30 machinist bit, so that what happens when you push the stem on, it's so tight you actually have to screw it on, but when the end of the drill bit hits the 0.003 of an inch step, it locks and it gets tight as it can be. So you're left with something that you can spin like so. Now it looks like it's off center, or rather it looks like it's wobbling just a bit. That's because the hole that we drilled was not dead center. We're about 1/3 of a millimeter off dead center, which is acceptable given we just slopped it in there. There's more than enough material here to make up the difference. So, with no further ado, what we're going to do is rotate this in the opposite direction that this is spinning. And this is a hard wheel. We're going to rev it up pretty good and use a medium coarse or green compound on it. And also we're going to apply compound to the side over away from the camera to polish here the face of the stem. So right now it looks not ugly or anything, but it's certainly not in a finished form. And here we go. And that should be enough. I'm going to go step off camera for just a second and run this against a wax wheel just to clean it up, and we'll see what we've got and check for fit. Okay, and here we are. Come on, focus. I thought I had this figured out. Here we go. And now we're getting a nice finish and some shine. And the camera is fighting me again, which it loves to do. Anyway, let's take it off of this aircraft bit. Here's the stumble, and we'll check for fit. And it's a snug glide, which is exactly what you want. And I'm holding it up against a bright light overhead, and it is light tight in all directions. And we are now in business. So, there is one thing left to do to this, which is put a little funnel to match the original's funnel in contour, and also get rid of this razor sharp edge on the outside, which is just spin a little tool on there. You've seen that before. I don't need to set up the camera again so you can see that. But we have a truly pro-grade glide fit, and it didn't take a lathe. And when I'm not dicking around with the camera in order to do this, I can usually set up and cut a tenon like this in 20 to 25 minutes from first setting down with the pipe to doing what you see here, putting them together. So it's reasonably expedient. It's certainly faster than messing around with a lathe if you're not a master. If you've got a lot of collets and you have a professional lathe guy, you can do magic with them. But most people, if they have a 4-jaw chuck or whatnot, you've got to have a dial indicator to get everything centered, and you fuss with it quite a lot. And in repair work, that's an issue. When you're making pipes, you can leave it set up for the same size over and over again. But in repair work, you're constantly changing and going after different pipes. Never have 2 in a row that are the same. So anyway, that's my my preaching on that part of it. So going to shut her down and get set up to do the next step, and we'll keep it going.